set a goal and I didn't attain it, so I'm not going to set any more goals.
Right.
It's like, no, you set a goal that was inappropriate.
I want to own a house. Okay, well, let's think about how we're going to get there.
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time. What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. I believe in you, and this channel is designed to be a part of your daily success routine. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message. Set goals properly. Over to you, Jordan B. Peterson. Also, if you want to know what Jordan and other successful entrepreneurs have to say about building unstoppable confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series, where every day for the next 254 days, I will send you a morning video for free to help you build your confidence. The link to join is in the description below.
If you're going to speak effectively, you have to know way more than you're talking about.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up every morning.
You don't tell your kid, here's an impossible thing, why don't you go out and fail? You say, here's something worth going after, here's a step you could take that would push you beyond where you are, but that you also have a reasonably high probability of succeeding at, right? They call that
within a time frame.
Within some time frame. That's the other thing. You have to parameterize it with regards to time frame. That's right. And that puts you in the zone of proximal development. And that's a concept that was generated by a guy named Vygotsky. He was a Russian developmental psychologist and a smart one. It's where the idea of the zone comes from, to be in the zone.
Yes.
And when you're in the zone, you're expanding your skills in a manner that's intrinsically rewarding because you're succeeding. And so you want to set, if you're good to yourself, you think, okay, I need to set a goal, but I need to set a goal that someone as stupid and useless as me could probably attain if they put some effort into it.
Right.
And then you've got it perfectly, because it's not so high that it's grandiose or impossible that you fail necessarily and then justify your bitterness. It's like, well, I could do well, because that happens to people.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, it's like,
see this all the time.
You know, it's like, yes, exactly. Well, I set a goal and I didn't attain it, so I'm not going to set any more goals.
Right.
It's like, no, you set a goal that was inappropriate.
For the time frame. Yeah.
That's right. You didn't calibrate it properly.
Yeah.
And you're playing a trick on yourself because you wanted to fail so that you could justify not having to try.
And being a victim. Yeah.
Which isn't helpful. You're still going to be a victim. It's like, there's no way out of that, man. Yeah. So, because life is a challenge that in some sense can't be surmounted. So there's no way out of your problem. But there are certainly proper ways of dealing with it.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a really special bonus clip for you that I think you're going to enjoy. But before that, it's time for a question of the day. I want to know, after watching this video, what new goal would you like to set for yourself? Write it down and leave it in the comments below.
So I like to think of, okay, this is the ideal lifestyle that I want. And I talk about it in FU money, right? What's that FU money target? And how much would that cost you? Not how much you roughly, maybe, no, let's calculate that.
Yeah.
And what I realize is after all these years, talk to so many people, whatever the ideal that they have, let's say, I want to be able to travel, I want to be able to have to drive this particular car or have this particular house or this kind of lifestyle. When they actually break it down, it doesn't cost them as much money as they think. Yeah. They thought, they ask most people, I need $1 million, I need $10 million. Yeah. Really?
They're throwing random numbers out there.
Yeah, because they set a number that's totally unrealistic versus, actually, no, I could accomplish all I want to accomplish with maybe $300,000 a year.
Yeah.
Well, that's a very different goal than $30 million a year, right?
You can't know how you're going to conduct a war before the war starts. You can have an idea, but you can't know fully. Just like if you were to say, hey, my goal is to X in my life, you don't know how you're going to be able to do that. Right?
Yeah, because you got to adjust.
Because you're going to make adaptations.
Yeah,
things are going to come up. Things are going to change. The battlefield changes. Your life changes. Things pop up. I mean, things happen. So I think that idea that you're going to know how you're going to execute something is far-fetched. I think actually, I should use the word idea. You should have an idea of how you're going to do it.
Yeah.
You should have an idea like, okay, well, this is what I need to get done. Mm-hmm. This is what I want to achieve in my life.
Yeah.
I want to do this. Mm-hmm. What's a simple one? I want to own a house. That's a simple one. That's a good place to start.
Yeah.
I want to own a house. Okay, well, let's think about how we're going to get there. Let's think about how we're going to get there. You have to build your credit. How do you build your credit? You have to borrow money. Some people they go to buy a house, they've never borrowed money before. You can't borrow money if you've never borrowed money. You can't borrow money for a house if you've never borrowed money for a car or some smaller object before. So you got to establish your credit. Then you got to have 2 years worth of income. Then you got to have a big fat down payment sitting ready. So there's things you got to do. There's things that you now that might change along the way. The idea is that you got to move towards that goal. Yeah. But that's what was so nice about hearing the Vietnamese commander's intent. Get close, split them up.
Yeah.
Boom, you go make that happen. Yeah. Hey, guess what? You want to buy a house one day? Save money, have good credit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you got to make money. How are you going to make money? You might make it driving Uber. You might make it delivering pizza. You might make, because you got your real job that's supporting your family, but then you need a little extra to throw in there. Well, that's why you end up driving Uber. You end up whatever it is you're going to do. You need to make some money on the side that you can start stashing away.
Yeah. You got to fill your life with a bunch of goals you don't get jammed. Because
if you have small goals that lead to the big goal, right? So, for instance, you want to be financially secure and stable. What are you going to do? You're going to save some of your money. Okay, that's one thing. You're going to buy a house. That's another thing. You're going to pay off your car, and you're not going to buy expensive, dumb cars. You're going to buy cheap cars until you have the money to buy them with cash. You're going to make all these little things. You're going to work extra. You're going to do these things. So you're right. You have your broad goal, yes. You have your long-term goal, yes, and then you got your short-term goals that lead and are strategically aligned with that long-term goal.
Raise your standard.
Apple, at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
If you want more Jordan Peterson, check out the top 50 rules video that I did on him. I think you'll enjoy it. The link is right there next to me. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
If you're failing repeatedly, it's possible that there's something wrong with the way that you're conceptualizing the world.